Hello and welcome to the Celtic Way. Happy new season to everybody. I'm Tony Haggerty, your host for today, and I'm joined by Ryan, who's somewhere outside Celtic Park. Ryan, Celtic versus St Mirren, the live team news reaction and build-up ahead of the season kickoff. How are you feeling, sir?
Things are good, yeah. Sorry to any headphone users that just heard you shouting there because you were very, very loud. But you're excited, and I'm excited too. It's the start of the new season, the 25-26 domestic season. Celtic against St Mirren. It's Flag Day. Paul McStay's back. Yeah, excited to get into it, Tony.
Exactly. I just thought I'd go all Robin Williams and Good Morning Vietnam just to welcome everybody back to football returns. As you say, Paul McStay, the maestro, will unfurl the league flag. So let's see, Ryan, let's see the team for today, the team that Brendan Rodgers has picked to face St Mirren. There it's there on your screen, guys. And the team is Kasper Schmeichel in goals, Alistair Johnston at right back, Kieran Tierney, obviously the return of Kieran Tierney at left back, and a back central defensive pairing of Cameron Carter-Vickers and Liam Scales. In the midfield, we've got Callum McGregor, Rio Hatate and Benjamin Nigren starts. I think all the Celtic supporters will be delighted with that. And up front, we've got Yang and Maeda operating on the wings, and Madam Ida through the centre forward position. And the subs are Sinizalo, Trusty, McCowan, Shinya Mada, Johnny Kenny, Arnie Ingalls, Paulo Bernardo, James Forrest, and Anthony Ralston. Ryan, what do you think of that opening day team? Are you excited by that, sir?
Excited to an extent, I would say, Tony. It's maybe not as strong as what I would have wanted at the opening day of the season. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I think there's some positions where Celtic should be stronger come the 3rd of August 2025. But you've got Kieran Tierney on the left back position. You know, it's great to see him back in the team. You've got Benjamin Nigren, who's making his competitive debut for Celtic in the midfield. So those are two exciting places, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I feel like in some positions for Celtic this afternoon, there's areas that should be stronger, but there should be more than enough in there to get the job done today on Flag Day, and what's a special day, regardless of what team comes out.
Yeah, what are you expecting from St Mirren, Ryan? John McGilly did a podcast with David Irvin, and he both spoke about our opponents today. Are you more concerned with what Celtic will bring to the table? I think everybody will be homing in on the likes of Benjamin Nigren and Kieran Tierney. They'll be the guys that everybody will be watching, won't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm expecting physicality from St Mirren, though. They're a physical side, but they want to try and play some football as well. Stephen Robinson, as I've always said, is one of the better operators in the Scottish Premiership in terms of managers. He consistently gets his teams to good finishes in the league table. They're always there or thereabouts in that top 6 race. I'm expecting physicality from his team, but like I said, if Celtic turn up, as I've said so many times in so many of these pre-match briefings, if Celtic turn up and play the way that we know that they can play, with the quality that they've got on show, a couple of new faces there as well, then I think there'll be only one winner on the day. But Celtic have got to be right. They've got to focus on themselves and bring the best possible performance today. If they do that, they're in with a great chance of picking up all 3 points, which has not been the case for every side in Scotland over the past weekend or so. So it's an early opportunity to get ahead of the curve, basically.
I was going to say that, Ryan. That was my next question. Does that... I don't particularly pay too much attention to what rivals do. You always have an eye on them per se, but does that give Celtic a lift on Flag Day? I know the supporters will have been delighted with that result yesterday at Fir Park, but chance to lay down a wee early marker if Celtic turn up, as you've rightfully said there. We feel that the squad's depleted. Well, not depleted, but there are certain positions where you felt the squad or hoped the squad would be stronger, but it is what it is. The manager's gone with what he has at this minute. Might change come September the 3rd.
Yeah, I would go as far to say that the squad is depleted, because in the right wing position, Yang normally wouldn't start games for Celtic, and yet he's starting today. It was either him or James Forrest. 2 decent options, but you still want to see a right winger there. In terms of will it give Celtic a lift? I think it'll give the supporters a lift pre-match coming into the game. I think their message will the Celtic players' message will stay the same, that they've got to just focus on themselves, even though it's a good opportunity today to get ahead. You still got to get the 3 points. You've got to go out and do the job today. It's as things stand, Rangers have got a point. Celtic don't have any points, and
Yes.
it's up to them to get the 3 points today to really kickstart their season and start it on the right footing. Because you want to start as you mean to go on, and the way that Celtic can do that is, round about 60,000 fans in the stadium, 56,000 in terms of home fans. You want to see them coming away with all 3 points. So in order to do that, they need to go and beat St Mirren today, which you think with the players that they've got at their disposal, they'll be able to do that. But it'll be a difficult test against good opposition.
Is it fair to say the mood music, Ryan, coming into this hasn't been great from the Celtic camp, from that point of view?
From the Celtic camp, in terms of what Brendan Rodgers has said pre-match concerning the Sky Sports interview and then the press conference, which thankfully was unedited, which was good. Everybody got to see that in all of its glory, almost what he said about everything in the press conference. I think it could be better, if I'm being honest. I thought Brendan Rodgers dealt with it as best as he could. He's clearly frustrated with the way that the transfer window has gone thus far for Celtic in terms of bringing in quality additions. Mm-hmm. It could be better, but I think today a lot of these fixtures sort of take care of themselves. The unfurling of the league flag, you get new additions on the pitch. Hopefully, a few more before the end of the transfer window, of course. But first game of the season, you're at home. As far as I can see, the sun is shining as well. A good condition to play football today. The pitch will be in great condition. I think there'll be a buzz about the place once Celtic kick off today, and I think the football will take care of itself. That is, if Celtic go out and play the way that we know that they can play, don't want them to invite any unwanted negativity if they don't play well, because I find that if they're struggling, if they get to maybe 50, 60, 70 minutes and they've not broken the deadlock, then you could get a couple of dissenting voices from the crowd. But it's all up to Celtic. Celtic can control that narrative today and really make it a special atmosphere by playing the football that we know that they can play.
You mentioned a phrase there, there'll be a buzz about the place, and that's synonymous with only an excuse pastiche of a certain Celtic captain, the maestro, Paul McStay. Now, I put a piece up on the website today. You can have a look at that. It's my own personal tribute to Paul McStay. Ryan, you had to see him to believe him. This guy was great, and he's in the greatest ever Celtic 11. That says it all for me. And anybody who did see him in the flesh witnessed something really, really special. I know he's maybe just before your time, but you'll be well aware of Paul McStay, won't you, sir?
Yeah, he's a guy that my dad talks about in such high regard. And I was reading your piece this morning, Tony, and it's quite interesting that he always seemed to be linked with moves away from the club. But much like somebody that came not long after him in Henrik Larsson, that loyalty stayed there for the duration of his Celtic career. He could have chosen to go elsewhere. He could have chosen to go elsewhere, get more money, but he stuck with the club through thick and thin. I think pound for pound, Tony is the most loyal Celtic player of all time for staying in the period that he did. The club was on its knees financially, and he stayed. And he's probably been enjoying all of the success that's come after from afar. We know that he stays in Australia, but I'm sure that he's kept a keen eye on everything that's been going on. He's going to get some reception today. He always does. He's the maestro. He's pretty much a safe bet for a great reception, and I'm looking forward to seeing him unfurl that league flag. Couldn't think of a better candidate, Tony.
No, not off the top of my head. No, and I wish him well, and I hope everything goes to plan and he enjoys being back, because he's a quiet man as well. It's the elusive interview I've been chasing forever, Ryan. one day, what is it they say? Slowly catching maestro. Hopefully we shall see what happens with that. But yeah, I think that lends itself, Ryan, to me, to the atmosphere and what is an important day for Celtic in getting their campaign off to a flyer. I think everybody would settle for winning today, just registering the 3 points. But if they can register the 3 points with a performance worthy of the name, that'll be excellent, won't it?
Absolutely. That's got to be the aim today. First of all, get the 3 points, but put on a bit of a performance. They show everybody what you can expect from this Celtic team from now until the end of the season, or the sort of performance that you'll be striving towards. It's been a long summer without football. Yes, you've had the pre-season friendlies. You've obviously had the business of the transfer window, or maybe lack of business at this stage. Hopefully more on that soon. I know I keep on mentioning it, but I think it's an important topic to discuss. it's all about Celtic making that positivity, bringing that positivity on the park this afternoon. I feel that they can do that. You've get the likes of Benjamin Negron that'll be itching to make a good first impression. I know he's looked good in pre-season. Be looking for Shin Yamada to come off the bench and make a good impression. But I think there's a lot of players there that, this second season for them is a big one for them. I look at Adam Ida in the starting lineup. I look at Arne Engels on the bench. A lot of money for these players. They need to go and show it and need to show that consistency. Otherwise, they won't be in the team, as is probably the case with Arne Engels today. That's why he's on the subs bench, because other players have impressed.
Correct. I want to read this message out from Brendan McCarthy. He says, hail boys, an absolute pleasure to watch Paul McStay's career. He's a gentleman, and he sent him a video message to wish him a speedy recovery when he had a blood clot. Love that. Absolutely love that, Brendan. Nice touch from Paul McStay there. Excellent. Absolutely. Who else are you hoping impresses today, Ryan?
I just think the whole team, Tony, to be honest. I think as much as it's exciting to see individuals play their trade for Celtic, I want to see a full team performance. I want to see that there's those relationships are looking good within the first team already. So I want to see Kieran Tierney being that asset on the left-hand side for Celtic, both defensively and going forward. You'll probably see more of the latter than the former today, but with St Mirren being a physical side, maybe see him going 1v1 in certain situations. Hopefully come out on top. You've got a prime player, a guy that's in the prime of his career, that's been playing for Arsenal, he's been playing for Real Sociedad as well. So you'd expect them to come in and fit like a glove in this Celtic team, pretty much. In terms of other people, I want to see Alistair Johnson back to his swashbuckling best. He's had a long summer when you think about it, because he was playing in the Gold Cup for Canada too. So hopefully he's had that extended break. He's went and get married as well. So it's been an exciting summer for him. Hopefully he's back, refreshed, and looking to be a weapon on that right-hand side for Celtic. I'm looking at Tierney, I'm looking at Johnson, and the absence of maybe some quality wingers out with Diaz and Maeda, that's where the width's got to come from Celtic this afternoon. And the two of them can put balls into the box with accuracy, with pace, and with precision. So that's what I want to see today. Those are the two that I'm really looking out for this afternoon.
How important are the fans today, Ryan? And do you expect some protest or some negativity to emanate from the stands today?
It's a weird one. I'll need to be there and see what the atmosphere is like before, because I think that these things can be spur of the moment, and I think that the result can get taken into account as well when the frustration comes through. But I think before the game, I think there'll be a lot of excitement. The fact that Celtic are back, Paul McStay's back at Celtic Park as well. The unfurling of the league flag, that'll have a positive reception. And then once Celtic kick off, it's back down to business. Despite the frustrations of what's going on behind the scenes, Celtic have still got a game to go and win. And I'm sure that the crowd will be behind the 11 men on the park to go and do that business today.
That's the modus operandi today, Ryan. 3 points. And before I let you go, just want to ask you, give me a quick prediction.
I'm going to predict a Celtic win, of course. I'm going to be optimistic, as always. You know that I'm always optimistic. I'm going to go for 3-0. I'm going to go for 3-0. I think St Mirren are a difficult outfit. I know that Celtic drew the last time with St Mirren, last time these two teams faced each other, but there's more on this game. I know that it was a great moment for James Forrest getting that goal at the end, but there's more in this game. It's the start of the season. It's a chance to get an early lead over Rangers and the other teams in the Scottish Premiership. I just think Celtic will be up for it from the start. Don't be surprised to see a couple of early goals as well if they're really up for it. That's my hope.
Indeed. Well, you stole my thunder. I was going to say 3-0 as well, so we'll say a pair of 3-0s. Usually I go 1 up or 1 down, but I felt strongly about 3-0, so I'll stick with that as well. Guys, over 500 joining us for the live stream. Really appreciate it. Hazel Finn going 4-0. David Simpson saying 3-1. Lots of 3-0s as well. Ryan Greenlichty 3-0. Midnight Caller saying 2-1. So yeah, most people going for a Celtic win, Ryan. That's the object of the exercise today. Sean Bush saying 4-1 to Celtic. Mark Fairfield saying 5-0. That's it. That's Celtic's mission today, Ryan. 3 points, put them on the board. Early marker.
Absolutely. 3 points on the board, and you've got your first game. You've unfurled the league flag, and you're feeling a lot better about yourself. I'm sure the players will feel good about themselves behind the scenes, but I think everybody just needs that 3 points to really get the 3 points on the board, and then we can work with what we're working with over the next couple of weeks or so. That's got to be the aim today, Tony. 3 points is a must.
Yeah. Guys, thanks for joining us. We'll be back at full time to dissect the action, but look out for Ryan will be doing player ratings, and there'll be instant analysis on there as well. There'll be Q&As from the various protagonists who speak after the match as well. But we'll join you at some point after full time. Here's hoping we're cheering an opening day Celtic victory. Ryan, thank you for that. Go and enjoy the game, sir.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the game, guys.